welcome to the MD Quilter Knits podcast. This is episode 11, and I'm Beth. You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as MD Quilter, and we also have a Ravelry group for this podcast called MD Quilter Knits Podcast. I invite you to join the group, also to subscribe and like this podcast here on YouTube. Let's see, what do we have going on? It's a beautiful spring day today. I am coming to you from the Eastern Shore of Maryland, as always. I am sitting in my yarn room. As you can tell from what is behind me, yes, that is in fact yarn. Today I have a couple of finished objects, only one that I can actually share with you. The other has been passed along, and it's also a somewhat secret project, so I won't be able to share photos of it until that project is released at my local yarn shop, which is Knits and Pieces in Annapolis, Maryland. So let's get started. Finished objects today. Believe it or not, I actually have my finished socks. These are my April Desert Vista Dyeworks socks. The colorway is called On Wednesday, and the pattern that I used is Heel Toe Do-Si-Do by the crazy sock lady, who is Kay Litton. So, move them a little closer for you to see. See that pretty chevron pattern there. I will take one off of the blocker so that you can see the front of it. Is a super fun pattern. There you go. It's that nice chevron pattern. I knit mine toe up, and I use a figure 8 cast on at the toe, and then I use the Elizabeth Zimmerman Easy Sewn Bind Off for the top for a nice stretchy fit. I do a 2x2 ribbing, and I do an afterthought heel that I cut in using instructions by Cherie, who is Kirby Werby. Those can be found on YouTube. So yeah, nice finished socks. For once, I actually have them here with me to show you on the podcast. I remembered to bring them upstairs instead of constantly forgetting them as usual. So yeah, so here we go again. Nice finished pair of socks. Ta-da! There we go. All right, the other finished object that I have is the secret cowl that I was working on. I'll pop in a picture of the yarns that I was using. The yarns are from, the dark green is the Magpie Fibers Domestic Fingering in the Swamp Thing colorway. And then there is a Ching Melted Baby Surrey Alpaca, which is the Daffodils colorway. That's the kind of fuzzy one. And then also Chartreuse colorway from Pretty Knitty on their fingering base. The Pretty Knitty is exclusive to my local yarn shop, which is Knits and Pieces of Annapolis, Maryland. And the dyer behind Pretty Knitty is Melissa of Rising Tide Fiber Company. So yeah, it was a super fun pattern. You know, I had my ups and downs with it, but overall it turned out really nice, and I can't wait for you guys to be able to buy kits and start knitting on that. Hopefully, I think she's trying to do this for her 3rd anniversary of the shop being open, which is at the end of May. So stay tuned. Hopefully I'll have more details on that soon. So what else do we have going on? I've been working on a few things, not much. I've been pretty monogamous with things. Like I said, I wanted to finish that sample for the shop. And I will show you another sample that I'm working on. This one you saw last week. It's living in my Pink Hazel Eden bag. There's the Pink Hazel label. My Eden bag that I got from them a couple years ago. And this sample is for Tristan of Dragon Horde Yarn. And I'm knitting the Nurtured. I have finished the sleeves. Both sleeves are done. And I just need to cast on for the, cast on the body. There you go. The yarn that I'm using is Dragon Horde Yarn BFL Aran, and the colorway is Highland. And it's a nice pretty like sagey green. It's coming off a little gray on camera. It definitely has more of a greenish tint to it, to that gray. So, all right. Hopefully that will be a finished object in the next episode. Next work in progress is Knit Along for the Shop. And this is, I'm working on the Fever Dreams shawl. This is a pattern by the Spincycle girls. And I'm using Scout in the Sunflower colorway. And then I'm also using a Feederbrook Farms Sea Cell. There's no colorway name associated with it, but it's a nice, pretty, neutral colorway. And I'm doing the large size, so these dot rows here, I have to do 25 of them, and I think I just finished number 11. So I have to do those dots, and then there's a plain section, and then we go into a really pretty honeycomb pattern for the end. So yeah, and on those, I'm using my signature size 7 needles. Size 7, which is a 4.5 millimeter. And this is living in my 03 bag by Hide and Hammer. I went with the buckle option and the natural color handles. And it's the mustard color. And I love this bag so very much. All right. Next, the last thing that I've been working on over the last 2 weeks is a sample for Kate Oates. This is her La Sororite top. And here's where I am now. Keen eyes will say, but you were farther last week or last podcast, weren't you? And actually, no, because I have finished the whole back of the sweater. So this is the bottom. I was right about here last time, and I can't really open it up and show you because we're trying to keep it a little bit secret right now, but you can see that we are getting close to being finished. So the back is completely finished, and now I'm just working on the front. So I am super happy with how this is working out, and it knits so quickly. It just kind of flies off the needles, even with that chevron pattern. And the yarn that I'm using for that is by Queensland. It's the United base. And I just love this cotton. It's a 55% lambswool, 45% cotton blend. And it just has a wonderful drape to it. And I can't wait to wear this sweater. And it's living in my Tanny Casey large drawstring bag. This is one of her Beach Houses prints. And it's super fun. Love this bag. Love the bag style. It's kind of my go-to bag style. All right, so that's it for works in progress. Like I said, I'm trying to focus a little bit more and work on specific projects so that I can actually finish them. What a novel concept. I know. Who am I? Anyway, but some things that will be coming up are my May Desert Vista Dye Works socks. I've chosen my colorway. Look at those fun bright colors. The colorway is called Malta. And this is, as always, on the Viso base, which is 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. This, I think, was inspired by the cruising, the year that Susan did cruising as a theme. So these are the nice bright colors of Malta. Yeah, so it'll be fun. All right, so those will be going on my needles very soon because today is the 10th and I only have until the 31st to finish it. So I have 3 weeks. I know I can do it. All right, the next thing that will be going on the needles is part of my acquisition. So let's go ahead and move into acquisitions right now. So I have signed up for a test knit for Jamie Hoffman, who is Knitosophy, and she has designed a DK version of her Scrappy V-back tee. And I kind of jumped on testing this. My friend Melissa of the Knitter's Closet, she tested the fingering weight version. She's also testing the DK weight version, so we're kind of doing this together. But I jumped on it because I love the look of the tee and I love the idea of a DK weight sweater. Jamie also was offering yarn support for knitters in the larger sizes, which was fantastic because it's a lot of yarn. So I chose Goosey Fibers, and I am super excited with the yarns that I received. So my first color is going to be Hedwig, which is a nice, pretty gold into some blues. There's some speckles of darker blues in there. My next color is the Scientific Purpose of Revenge, which brings in those nice blues together. And then my third color is Where the Woozle Wasn't. So this has some purples, but along still with those blues. So that melds nicely into that. And then Reunion, which is this really pretty deep wine color, which goes amazingly with Where the Woozle Wasn't. And then finally, Mount Crumpet, which also has those really deep wine colors, but also some of the darker shades there. So look at that. Isn't that amazing? So let me see if I can pick them all up together to show you. I think I can do it. Whoops. There we go. Look at that. Look at those. Aren't they gorgeous together? And it's going to go like this. So yeah, so we start with this Hedwig here and end with Mount Crumpet. I'm so excited to cast on. Oh, it's going to be so beautiful. Thank you so much, Jamie, for the design and for the yarn support. It's very much appreciated, and I'm super excited to get started. Yay. All right. So the next thing that I've gotten is, let me show you the next sweater lot that I have. This all started, it's another Jamie Hoffman sweater. It's called it's called Swallowtail, which is which is a butterfly breed. It's one of her very popular patterns. I'll pop in a picture of it. But it's a multicolor kind of color blocked sweater, but on the top has this beautiful butterfly colorwork yoke. So when that pattern first came out, I found these two skeins sitting in my stash, which is called Secret Keeper and by Knox Yarns. I just happen to have 2 skeins of it and I love it. And I knew that's what I wanted for the light color in the yoke. So that's going to be kind of the background for the Swallowtail color work. So the Swallowtail color work is going to be in this beautiful, beautiful auburn color by Leading Men Fiber Arts. So these will be working together. And then the May colorway by Leading Men Fiber Arts is called Flamingo Lingo. Oh my God, I love it. So this is going to be the bottom part of the body. which I love. And then this beautiful vintage sleigh ride colorway is going to be the other part of the body. So actually, I'll go this way. Yeah. So what we're looking at color-wise are these. Let's see if I can get these. Come on. Now I did 5 before. I should be able to do 4. Here we go. There we go. So yeah, so they all work nicely together, and I think that's going to make a gorgeous swallowtail. And I am using some stash yarn, which makes me super happy. I did shop the stash first, even though I had to buy some to do the rest of the sweater. But I think this is going to be a beautiful sweater. I don't know when I'm going to be able to cast it on, but I'm really looking forward to it. The next thing is Lolo did it, and they're hippos. I love her hippo for holidays colorways, and now she's doing hippos for little celebrations. And she popped in for April hippo for Knitflix Day. And oh my God, look at those red speckles in there. And that red toe colorway. Or heel colorway, because I'll use it for the heels. That is just amazing. So yeah, so I had to pick that up. I haven't bought any of the hippo colorways in quite a while because I owned them all from the first go round of her major holidays. But this one just jumped out and said, you've got to bring this home. So I did. The other thing I have, Susan from Desert Vista Dye Works, she did a fundraiser for Nashville after the tornado went through Nashville. It's called Nashville Nights. I had to get a skein of it because it's absolutely gorgeous. And I flew into Nashville a couple of years ago to go to a retreat and just fell in love. And I hope to get back there someday. I love this colorway. All right. Also, local yarn shop day was a virtual experience this year. So Rick from Whimsy Stitches popped these up as a possibility to use for the Casapinka Breathe and Hope shawl. And I just love them. I love this teal. So I had to get this pair. This one, it's gorgeous also. This one is called Sprinkled Fairy Dust. And this is Caribbean Blue. Just love them. Yep, so I grabbed those. And then Maryland Sheep and Wool was supposed to happen last weekend. So they did a virtual Maryland Sheep and Wool. And Miss Babs always does a special colorway for Maryland Sheep and Wool. So this year she did 2. I picked up one of them. This is called Exuberance. Look at the yellow with all these gorgeous speckles. Oh, look at that dark yellowy orange speckle there. Oh, just amazing. So yeah, this definitely spoke to me. So I had to have it. You know, if yarn speaks to me, I have to have it. All right, and then, so that's it for yarn acquisitions in the last couple of weeks. But I had a couple of bag acquisitions as well, and I have more on the way. I did buy myself a Mother's Day present from Hoey & Company. This is not the Mother's Day present from Hoey & Company. This is just a, oh my God, I must have it. This is the Grocery Girls and Hoey & Co. collaboration. So it's the blue leather, pebbled leather on the bottom, and the dusty pink pebbled leather on the top. And it's just gorgeous. This is my 3rd Pampas bag, and I love them. One day I'll actually use them. Right now they just sit on a lovely shelf and I look at them and they're beautiful. All right, so this is her unlined leather bag. It's a bucket. Inside of it is the muslin bag that it came packed in. She recommends that you use that bag until to protect things until the leather has the coloring on the leather has kind of set itself in. All right, I pre-ordered this a while ago and it finally came. This is from Nerdbird Makery. This is the Feminist Knit Club Resist bag with the leather handles. Here's the Nerdbird Makery label on the inside, marking. Yeah, I love her bags, and who can resist the Feminist Knit Club? I can't. The other thing, Sandy by the Lakeside, she did a update, and I managed to catch this cute little bag with all of the best friends. The pictures on there. Isn't it cute? Love it. I love her zipper pulls. It's cute little pink tassels. And it's got a cute gingham check interior. Nice cute little bag. All right, so that's it for the bags. Now, when I placed my Miss Babs order, I also ordered some notions. I ordered this little zipper case and a pair of iridescent scissors. Iridescent stork scissors. Aren't they cool? I love the rainbow effect on them. And I always need scissors for my notions bags. But then, is this not the cutest, the absolute cutest little set of snips? Wait until you see these. These are flippin' adorable. They have a tiny little tassel on them. Look at this, they're tiny. They're like the size of my fingers. Watch. They're little snips. Is that not the cutest thing in the world? Oh my God. Tiny little snips. They're so cute. Oh my God, they're little baby snips. They're so cute. Oh, I could play with my cute little snips all day, but I won't. Super cute. All right, so that's it. That is all of the acquisitions that I have. That's all of my whips, all of my finished objects. It's a pretty short episode today. Just trying to think, is there anything else I want to tell you guys about? I mean, I'm super excited about some of these new projects that I'm going to be casting on. I am still stuck at home. I am still working from home. So I am busy during the week, but I get lots of knitting time on the weekends and in the evenings. I hope you guys are staying safe, and hopefully the world will open up very soon. Make sure that you come and join our Ravelry group, check in and say hi. Also, be sure that you hashtag shop the stash first. We're all stuck where we're stuck. It's great to use up some of that stash. In the meantime, just keep safe, and I hope to see you guys again. Make sure that you come back in 2 weeks to see. Sorry, let's rewind that. Come back in 2 weeks to see what MD Quilter knits next. Bye-bye.